Today, we're diving into a list of what could be the 10 most powerful foods on the entire planet. And look, these aren't your typical eat your veggies recommendations. We are talking about some very specific foods that can literally change the way your body works. So, let's get right into it.
But before we get to the list, I want to start with a really important question. What if the vast majority of chronic diseases, we're talking heart disease, diabetes, you name it, what if like 80% of them all boil down to one single underlying problem? Because the foods we're about to talk about, they're the solution.
And that one single problem is insulin resistance. It's what happens when our bodies just get hammered day in and day out with foods that spike our insulin. So the theme for our entire list today is super simple. We're looking for the heroes, the foods that keep your insulin low. They are, without a doubt, your best allies in the fight for your health.
So, where do we start this fight? Well, you start at the foundation of all health, your gut. Our first group of hero foods are the ones that heal and restore your entire digestive system.
First up is sauerkraut. And listen, this is a crucial detail. You have to get the raw, unpasteurized kind that you find in the refrigerated section. The stuff sitting on the shelf, it's been heat-treated, which completely kills the very thing that makes it a superfood in the first place. All those beneficial microbes.
The power packed into this simple food is, well, it's astounding. Get this, just 1 cup of sauerkraut can have over 700 milligrams of vitamin C. To put that in perspective, that is 10 times the recommended daily amount. It's one of the most vitamin C-rich foods on Earth.
But the power of sauerkraut goes way, way beyond vitamin C. I mean, just look at this list. It's like a Swiss Army knife for your health. It's got vitamin U to help heal ulcers. It has vitamin K2, which is created during fermentation, to literally pull calcium out of your arteries. It's loaded with glutamine to soothe gut inflammation, and its probiotics are often way more potent than what you'd find in a supplement. It even has something called sulforaphane to fight off the bacteria that causes ulcers. Incredible, right?
Okay, our next gut hero is a very special kind of yogurt. One that's made with a microbe called L. reuteri. And it comes with a pretty great story. After Dr. Berg started taking it, his wife noticed a surprising change in his behavior. And she told him, keep eating the yogurt.
So what was going on there? Well, the science behind it is just fascinating. This specific little microbe actually triggers your body to produce more oxytocin, the social hormone or the cuddle hormone. It can powerfully lower stress and make you feel more connected. On top of that, it's incredibly helpful for things like SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So yeah, this yogurt can literally change how you feel and how you interact with the world.
Okay, from the gut, let's move on to the guardians of your heart. These are the foods that protect your entire circulatory system from your biggest arteries right down to the tiniest little capillaries.
Now, you might just think of arugula as a fancy salad green, but it is a true powerhouse for your arteries. And what's great is that it's low in oxalates, which can be a problem for some people, making it a super safe and effective choice for pretty much everyone.
And here's why it's a guardian of your heart. Arugula is the #1 food on the entire planet for boosting something called nitric oxide. I'm not kidding, nothing else even comes close.
So why should you care about nitric oxide? Well, it's absolutely critical. Think of it as the signal that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. And when that happens, your blood pressure goes down, your circulation improves everywhere, and it helps fight inflammation inside your arteries. The takeaway here is simple. More arugula means better blood flow from your head to your toes.
Next up, let's talk omega-3 fatty acids. And this chart right here is fascinating. Just look at the difference. 3 ounces of wild salmon gets you a really powerful 2,000 milligrams of those amazing anti-inflammatory omega-3s. But now compare that to regular codfish, only 171 milligrams. But the real shocker on this list, cod liver. It is one of the highest, most concentrated sources of omega-3s you can possibly find.
And I know what you might be thinking. Doesn't canning destroy all those precious fats? Well, Dr. Berg was curious about that too. So he actually sent canned salmon, sardines, and cod liver to a lab to get them tested. And the results? They confirmed that the high levels of omega-3s totally survive the heat from the canning process. So yeah, those convenient cans are a fantastic option.
So with our heart and gut covered, let's move on to the foods that build a rock-solid immune system and help balance our hormones. These are the foundational foods that give your body the essential building blocks it needs to really thrive.
Okay, this next one might surprise you. Hamburger. But hold on, we are not talking about the fast food version. We're talking about high-quality, grass-fed ground beef. And the key here is the fat content. You want that 80-20 blend. Why? Because eating protein with its natural fat causes way less of an insulin spike than eating lean protein by itself. Plus, it's just jam-packed with nutrients your body can actually use, like B vitamins, zinc, and the absolute best form of iron on the planet.
Our next immune booster is the Brazil nut, and its incredible power really comes down to one word: selenium. It's the planet's #1 source of this critical mineral. You need selenium for your thyroid to work properly. It activates the T helper cells that are like the command center of your immune system. It's crucial for hormones like testosterone, and it can even help with certain types of autoimmune hair loss.
But, and this is super important to remember, with selenium, more is not better. It can actually be toxic if you take too much. All you need is 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day. That's it. That gives you all the benefits without any of the risks. They are that potent.
All right, time for a little bonus round. Let's talk about the so-called indulgences that are actually incredibly powerful foods for your health.
First up, good quality, full-fat cheese. Its secret weapon is vitamin K2. Now, think of K2 as a tiny little traffic cop for all the calcium in your body. It stands there and directs the calcium into your bones and teeth, where you want it, and it keeps it out of your arteries and joints, where it causes stiffness and aging. Vitamin K2 is basically a powerful anti-aging vitamin.
And for dessert, dark chocolate. We're talking 85% cacao or higher. Now, I know some people worry about oxalates in chocolate, but here's the really cool part. Dark chocolate is also loaded with magnesium, and magnesium actually binds to those oxalates and neutralizes them. So in return, you get another nitric oxide boost, a drop in your stress hormone cortisol, and you even feed your good gut bacteria. Not a bad deal, right?
So we have covered a ton of information. But you know, knowledge is only powerful when you actually put it into action. So let's end this with a simple personal experiment for you to try. Here is a super simple 7-day challenge. Step 1, just pick 2 or 3 of the foods we talked about today, whichever ones sound good to you. Step 2, eat them every single day for 1 week. And step 3, this is the most important part. Just pay attention. That's it. Just notice how you feel.
Look, you don't have to take my word for any of this. You can prove it all to yourself. The only question left is, are you ready to feel the difference?